Point 2, first spring MVC example. Yeah. So in this video, I will use a very simple example, just a basic hello world type. Yeah. Slightly different to show you the basic structure of a spring MVC project. Yeah. All right, so let's start. First, run a spring hello example. So I will run this at the end of this video. Yeah. Before that, I want to, explain the structure to help you, get some basic understanding. Yeah. For our first spring example, yeah. So what do we have in this example? Yeah. So we will use this example to learn some basic concepts in Spring Web MVC. Yeah. All right. So, but here we know the current spring version already to Spring 5, version 5. Yeah. But for this example, we start from earlier version Spring 2. Then we're moving up. Yeah. The reason is pretty simple. The reason is if I jump to Spring version 5 in our first example, nobody can understand it. You don't have the background. How can you understand? So many things you need to explain. How can you get there, right? So in order to make you understand, we start from a relatively low version. You do not need a lot of background. Yeah. Because you can see everything there, and I explain each item there to help you understand. Later, when we move the version up, yeah, you will see a lot of things will be skipped. A lot of visible components will be gone, skip it. So if you do not have plenty of background, then you will get lost because you will not know those skip it components, hidden components. You will not know those things. You will get lost. Yeah. So for that reason, we don't want to skip anything, right? So we want to see everything we need in the project. So that's why I moved from this version 2 to show you everything visible in the project. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Right. So that's what I said. The current spring version has many hidden concepts. Hidden rules. So what's that hidden concept? Many rules are hidden, but those rules take effect. They will, do something, but you cannot see why. No place you can find the reason to do those things. So that's why for beginners, it's not easy to jump to the spring current version immediately. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So as I said, you will get lost. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't worry. So we will move up quickly. Yeah. But we need to learn many basic concepts before we get there. Yeah. Yeah. So we take step-by-step way to get to the current spring version. Yeah. Actually, the big change is, so spring 2, 3, pretty close. Then 4, 5, pretty close. Yeah. But there is a big jump between this part. Yeah. Version 4 and 5, not much difference. Yeah. Not much difference. Yeah. But 3 and 4, big difference. Yeah. So we just do one step jump. Yeah. we do not need to do, many step jump from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, we just do one big jump. Yeah. All right. Run the project in Eclipse. Here, let me describe the procedure to run this simple project. Although it is a simple project, but you need to do still a lot of things you need to do. Yeah. All right, for the procedure. First, you need to create a dynamic web project in Spring, in Eclipse for Java EE. Eclipse, for this class, we will use this. Eclipse for Java EE. Yeah. In our Wednesday's synchronous session, I will guide you to install Eclipse for Java EE and configure it. And with Tomcat, we need a Tomcat. Yeah. Configure it with Tomcat. Yeah. All right. Then we need to create a dynamic web project. Okay. Yeah. So this part, also running this project, I put in Wednesday's synchronous session. So you will see I put a hands-on part in the synchronous session, to get everybody, on the same pace, going through running all these examples together. Hopefully we can do smoothly on Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Detail giving tutorial. I also post the tutorial. For this example, I have a document tutorial. So I post there. If you need more information, you can read the tutorial. Yeah. We need to copy library files and create a package. So first, copy library files. How to use Spring MVC module in Spring Framework. Spring Framework has many modules, many modules. Spring MVC just one of the modules inside Spring Framework. Okay. How do we use that? We do not need to install Spring software. As usual, some software, independent software, you just install Spring. We do not do it that way. We use Spring as jar library files. Jar, J-A-R, library files. Archive, Java archive library files. Yeah. All right. So we use these 3 library files for this example. Only three. The first one, spring.jar. Second one, spring-webmvc.jar. Third, commons-logging the version number .jar. Yeah. Commons. Yeah. Remember, in module 1, we use Apache Commons property utils class there, right? That's the same Commons. Apache Commons project. So this Commons. Yeah. Logging. Yeah. The Spring uses its logging features from there. Apache Commons. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So later I will tell you where to put these library files. Then copy Java source files. Okay? Not just Java source file. Copy source file including 2 parts. One part is Java source file. Another is web source file. Web, we have a lot of source file, right? Yeah. Web related. Yeah. Java and web we separate. Yeah. So Java file, we do all the Java file in one place. Yeah. Then all other web related files we do other places. Yeah. Yeah. So we copy these 2 type of files. Yeah. I'll show you on Wednesday. Wednesday we will do together. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty easy. Yeah. At the end, last step, run the project. Run the project. Just run it. Then see the result. That's it. Yeah. So when I show you a demo at the end, I just run the project and show you the result. I will not going through the whole procedure because it will take too much time. Whole procedure, copy files here, at least 10 minutes. We need at least 10 minutes. Yeah. But I skipped that part. So we will do that 10 minutes part in our Wednesday's synchronous session. Yeah. Everybody will do it. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody will do the same thing on Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Next, let's look at the file structure of the project. Yeah. Pretty simple. Yeah. Our project name, we call it Hello Spring A. Yeah. Version A. A means version A. Later, we will have the version B, version C, and so on. Yeah. Because we may use different technologies to do this kind of simple project. Yeah. First, the source part, yeah, Java source. Yeah. Under this project, we need to have a source node. Here, I'm talking about, Eclipse. The structure inside Eclipse. Yeah, inside that. Yeah. So you have a source node. In the source node, we have one controller Java class. We call it Hello Controller. Yeah. I will explain the Hello Controller in our next few videos. Yeah. We will learn all the details. Yeah. In this video, we do not need to look at the code. We just run the example and see the result. Yeah. All right. Next, there is another node inside Eclipse, web content. So another node under the project. Yeah. So you can see two parts, the Java part and the web part, separate. The web content, all the web-related files, excluding Java files. Yeah. Put here. But the Java files, when we do development, we do here, but when you run it, when you compile, run it in a final project, those compiled Java classes will copy to this web content folder automatically. You do not need to do by yourself. Eclipse will do the copy automatically. So that's why we don't worry about that part. Yeah. All right. And in this, under this node, there is a special folder node web-inf. That is very important. Yeah. But this one, based on the Java EE specification. Okay. This part is not special for Spring. So Java EE, every Java EE project should have this. Yeah. Every Java EE project, you should have web-inf folder inside your project. Yeah. And the Spring is built on top of Java EE specification. Okay? Yeah. On top of it. So Spring use the foundation from Java EE and add some extra features, their own features. Yeah. So that's the reason. So they still keep the Java EE structure. Yeah. So you have this web-inf. Yeah. Inside it, you have JSP folder, web.xml configuration file, right? Configuration. Yeah. Web.xml. Yeah. Configure the servlet. Yeah. We will see that, how to configure the servlet in web.xml. Yeah. Then hello-servlet. So this is another configuration file. Also configuration, yeah, yeah. But so this is configure. You use this one, configure controller. All the controllers will use this configuration. this web.xml, we configure servlets. Okay. Servlets, yeah. And so they are different. So here, these two things are different. Yeah. I will explain in the next video, the difference of these two things. Yeah. All right. And here, there is a property. Everything inside web-inf. Everything. So here, these three items inside web-inf, they are protected from external access. The users cannot access all these things through URL. Web browser, you type URL, you cannot access these items. Protected. Yeah. So that's the one important property. Yeah. All right. So then the welcome file, we have a redirect.jsp welcome file. So redirect. So here you can see this JSP, it does not present any data. We do not use it to present it. We just use it to redirect the request to a different URL. That's it. Because the reason is we use this kind of welcome file. Yeah, I hope you know the welcome file concept. Welcome file. The first file when you visit a website, you access. That's the welcome file. Okay, this is the first file. By default, the default file you access. You do not need to know the file name. When you access the web application, this file is invoked and do some action. Yeah. Here, redirect. So the purpose of this one is redirect the request to a controller. That's the purpose using this one. Yeah. Because the user does not know which controller to invoke, right? You do not want to put the burden choosing controller, that burden to your users, right? You do not want to do that. So the user does not need to have any special things to do related to selecting controllers. They just access the welcome file. Then the welcome file will guide them to the first special controller. Yeah, only one controller. Yeah, one special controller. In our next video, we'll talk about that special controller. That controller is special. Yeah, not a usual controller, just special, unique controller. Yeah, that controller. All right, you only need to go to that special controller. Then that special controller will guide you to different other controllers. Yeah, because you have many other controllers. Yeah. But that special controller has the responsibility to guide you to all the other different controllers. Yeah. That part we will learn in our video 8.3. And that special controller, it's a big concept in Spring MVC. Big concept. So we will spend a lot of time to learn that special controller. All right, so at this point, we complete the explanation part. Before we finish the video, I run the Hello Spring A example. Pretty quick. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let me bring up my Eclipse. All right, this is my Eclipse. Yeah. I get the project ready. Okay, I just run it. All right. Yeah, before I run it, yeah, so here, this is my Eclipse interface. Yeah, all right. Because I tested once before, so it worked well. But now to run it another time here, look at my Tomcat. It is running now, so let me stop my Tomcat. Okay, yeah, yeah. Stop it. Then I start running it from the very beginning. Yeah. All right. Hello, Spring A here. Yeah. Right click, run as, run on server. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I just run it before, so it's the only project in my, buffer. Yeah. Finish. So I just click the finish button to run it. Yeah. To start a Tomcat. Then, after Tomcat running, loading, then the controller is called. Yeah. Redirect.jsp welcome file redirects the request to the controller. The controller will, do some simple data processing and put data in the model. So the data here is the current time. Okay, so this one, what you see here is the current time. Yeah. All right, the current time. So then put this in the model, send it to the JSP view page. Then in the JSP view page, we display the data in the model. That's it. So hello world, but we do a little more. We put a simple data piece there. So that's what you see here. Yeah. All right, so that's it. So that's our video 8.2. Yeah.